How's our research, or how is my research related to PARATUS? Generally, in Vienna, we are the case study leader for the application case study site Alps, where we are investigating the Brenner corridor. This is a corridor combining Europe from north to south, so from Kufstein in Austria to Bolzano in Italy, where transportation is our main focus. We know a lot about a single hazard, but combining those hazards and how these hazards are impacting, for example, a transport way, so the critical infrastructure, that's another topic. That's very complicated and complex. And that's highly relevant also looking into the future with changing attributes due to climate change, as one example.
In this project, I will be the part of work package 4, that is the development of user-centered risk assessment and the mitigation service. So in this package, I will be engaged in the development of the risk census tool, that is open source special decision support tool for analyzing the dynamic changing risk. So my major roles and the responsibilities in this part will be the overall designing, development, maintenance, and the deployment of the application.
My PhD topic is the economic assessment of multi-hazards. So nowadays I'm working in a very small learning case, and I really hope that I can take this experience into other case studies included in the PARATUS project.
Yeah, similar to hers, I have my case as I am involving two different types of hazards, floods and landslides, and trying to come up with a solution, trying to combine both and see how we can get a better solution when both hazards are happening at the same time. I am working in a specific case study of Nuria as well, but my work is more in a regional scale, like a state or a country.
Recent decades, the number of disasters have increased a lot, and I think that nowadays talking about exposure, vulnerability and damages is a crucial question for the societies.
Yes, along with having various natural disasters, as Nuria mentioned, we have hazards which are happening at the same time. Let's say floods are causing some landslides, or earthquake is causing floods. So we are trying to confine that as well into this PARATUS project while seeing exposure and vulnerability.
My research activity focuses on vulnerability to natural hazards, particularly seismic vulnerability, on disaster risk reduction and multi-hazard risks, which are all themes that are relevant for PARATUS and that fit perfectly with the Bucharest case studies performed by the Romanian team. So far we have produced 3 case studies. The first on the earthquakes that affected Bucharest in historical times between 1100 and 1900. The second on the 1940 and the 1977 earthquakes that also affected Bucharest, and the third impact chain with a national scope regarding the co-occurrence of extreme flood events and the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020-2021.
This study can be useful in the Istanbul case of the PARATUS project. The socio-spatial aspect of disaster management is so important, but it is an area that has to be deeply studied because it hasn't been addressed in the literature so much, especially in terms of disaster space behavior mechanism in the urban systems.
Within the PARATUS project, these extrapolated time series data, which show like future situation of population distribution but also land cover change, can be used to combine it, for example, with hazard maps, and then you can do, for example, risk assessments. It is relevant to work on this topic because with these future situations you predict, and with the combination with the hazard models, you can do the risk assessment analysis and see where are vulnerability places in the region, and then of course you can develop mitigation strategies and adapt to these future potential risks.